Greetings, Netizen. How are you? It's always wonderful to see you again. Can you believe that the Indonesian Navy yet again received international recognition for their accomplishments? Let's keep up with me, Surgeon Maria, and we have packed the news for you about KRI Frans Kaisiepo from the Mediterranean Sea, Kri Bima Suci from Europe, and Armada Jaya exercise only on the Navy Weekly News. The pride of Indonesia, Kri Bima Suci and Kartika Jalakrida Task Force achieved the most spectacular award at the tall ship race event in Den Helder, Netherlands. Kri Bima Suci, crewed by the naval soldiers and cadets from the Indonesian Naval Academy, participants of the Kartika Jalakrida Task Force 2023, achieved the most spectacular arrival and the best crew parade marching band award in the tall ship race event in Den Helder, Netherlands. Aside from that, the Indonesian legendary tall ship also won two other categories, namely the vessel furthest from home port and runner-up sport activity at the crew parade. The artistic show by the crew of Kri Bima Suci and the second-level cadets of the Indonesian Naval Academy Batch 70 at the crew parade was deployed by the Governor of the Indonesian Naval Academy, Major General Marines Andy Supardi, Naval Deputy Chief of Personnel Division, Brigadier General Marines Endang Taryo, and the senior officers of the Indonesian Navy, and successfully awed the visitors all the way on the parade from the port of Den Helder to the downtown, who spectated in amazement. This achievement demonstrates the capability and professionalism of the crew of Kri Bima Suci and the cadets of the Indonesian Naval Academy in carrying out the ambassadorial mission and promoting the Indonesian cultures, as well as preparing the cadets for their future allotment through the international diplomatic mission. The Indonesian Navy successfully held the Armada Jaya exercise. All elements of the integrated fleet weapons system took part in it. Hundreds of naval instrumental weaponry systems were deployed in the 41st Armada Jaya exercise 2023 for the Joint tnial Operations 2023 Surabaya. There were 5 naval warships joined in Joint Amphibious Task Force, among others were Kri Alugoro, Kri Surabaya, Kri Teluk Banten, Kri Pulau Rengat, and Kri Pulau Raas. Furthermore, 13 naval warships were joined in the Joint Field Task Force, namely Kri Igusti Ngurah Rai, Kri John Lee, Kri Abdul Halim Perdana Kusuma, Kri Sultan Hasanuddin, Kri Sultan Iskandar Muda, Kri Layang, Kri Halasan, Kri Tombak, Kri Sampari, Kri Kerambit, Kri Luser, Kri Raden Edi Marta Dinata, and Kri Soputan. Aside from that, the air instrumental weaponry system involved in the exercise included the aircraft CN-235-220 P-8304, aircraft CN-235-220 P-8301, helicopter AS-565 MBHS-1305, helicopter AS-565 MBHS-1309, UAV Scan Eagle QR-7102, QR-7103, and aircraft NC-212-200 Aviocar U-6215. The Chief of the Indonesian Navy, Admiral Muhammad Ali, as the General Leader of Armada Jaya Exercise 2023, also attended to ensure the readiness of the naval combat operation. The exercise began with the readiness inspection led by the Commander of the Republic of Indonesia Fleet, Vice Admiral Heru Kusmanto, representing the Chief of the Indonesian Navy as the General Leader of Armada Jaya Exercise 2023, at the port of the 2nd Fleet Command, Surabaya, then continued with entering the exercise area. After entering the exercise area, Kri Igusti Ngurah Rai and Kri John Lee carried out the firing of SSM Exocet MM40 Block 3 at Java Sea waters with a target of former Kri Karangteko. This firing was part of the Operational Live Firing Trial OLFT in increasing the combat readiness, especially in the aspect of anti-surface vessel warfare. Then it was continued with the amphibious disembarkation by the Marine Force, which involved 41 units of combat vehicles, 40 units of tactical vehicles, and 20 marine floating devices at Badongan Beach, Situbondo. Armada Jaya exercise was conducted with the objective to increase the capability of Joint TNI Leader Staff Elements Command and Joint Task Command in carrying out military decision-making process on the joint tnial operations, increasing the naval soldiers' professionalism and the operational readiness, as well as the integration of the fleet weapon system and testing the doctrine of joint tnial operation. The Chief of the Indonesian Navy asserted that the Indonesian Navy was responsible to develop the maritime combat readiness, including the material and personnel, crewing the instrumental weaponry system, as an effort to build a professional, modern, and tough Indonesian Navy. Strengthening the relationship with allied country, the Chief of the Indonesian Navy, Admiral Muhammad Ali, paid an honorary visit to the Chief of the Royal Netherlands Navy, Vice Admiral René Tas, at Den Helder, Netherlands. The Chief of the Indonesian Navy, accompanied by the Naval Chief of Intelligence Staff Division and Naval Deputy Chief of Planning and Budgeting Staff Division, mentioned several issues regarding increasing the cooperation based on the long-standing friendship between both navies. Both chiefs of navies agreed on several plans of activities to be realized in order to increase the cooperation in exercise and education. The detailed mechanism of the exercise will be discussed by both parties through Navy-to-Navy talk. The Indonesian Navy successfully carried out the firing of SSM Exocet MM40 Block 3 Rudal at the 41st Armada Jaya Exercise 2023. The success of the Indonesian Navy in carrying out the firing of the SSM Exocet MM40 Block 3 Rudal was reviewed by the Chief of the Indonesian Navy, Admiral Muhammad Ali, as the General Leader of the 41st Armada Jaya Exercise 2023 on board Kri Raden Edi Marta Dinata at Jawa Sea Waters. The firing was carried out by two naval warships, namely KRI I Gusti Ngurah Rai as the main shooter and KRI John Lee as the reserve shooter, with the target former KRI Karangteko. This firing was part of the operational live firing trial in order to increase the combat ability, especially on the aspect of anti-surface vessels warfare. SSM Exocet MM40 Block 3 is a 0.35 meter diameter rudal with 5.8 meter length and 0.9 Mach speed, and a lot of other capabilities. Meanwhile, Armada Jaya was conducted with the objective to increase the element capability of Joint TNI Leader Staff Command and Joint Task Command in military decision-making on joint TNI operations, increasing the professionalism of naval soldiers and operational readiness, as well as the integration of the fleet weapon system and testing the doctrine of joint TNI operations. KRI Franz Kaisiepo, represented the Maritime Task Force, participated in the integrated joint exercise at the Mediterranean Sea. The milestone of the implementation of the United Nations mandate on a pillar of capacity building was carved yet again by the Maritime Task Force TNI Garuda Contingent 28 and UNIFIL, where KRI Franz Kaisiepo, along with HS Themistokles Greek frigate, which were entrusted to represent the MTF UNIFIL in the integrated joint exercise, which was first ever held at the Mediterranean Sea. This exercise involved the French frigate FNS Languedoc, Lebanese Armed Forces Navy patrol vessel LNS Tabarja, Heli Super Puma LAF Air Force, quick response units, coastal radar sites, and a number of related Lebanese government stakeholders. A series of exercises held definitely gave a lot of experiences for KRI Franz Kaisiepo, such as the unique experience to land French heli NH-90 and Indonesian heli Panther HS-1306 on the deck of the French Prided frigate. Meanwhile, the success of this exercise was also a result of Indonesia's military diplomacy in the international community in implementing the United Nations mandate according to the UNSC Resolution 1701, especially on the pillar of capacity building to extend transfer of responsibility to the Lebanese military in securing its area independently. The cadets of the Indonesian Naval Academy on the sailing practice Kartika Jalakrida visited École Navale de Brest, the French Naval Academy. After the event of L'Armada Ruang 2023, Kri Bima Suci, carrying the cadets of the Indonesian Navy Academy on the sailing practice Kartika Jalakrida, arrived at the second city in France and leaned at the base Navale de Brest port. Commander of Kri Bima Suci, Commander Sati Lubis, as the commander of the task force, received the invitation to visit the École Navale de Brest and take a closer look at the French Naval Academy. A number of education facilities was reviewed through the tour facility, and the cadets had the opportunity to directly interact and exchange their experiences. Through the visit, it was expected to facilitate the Indonesian Navy and the French Navy to exchange their vision in terms of education and cadets development. And that is our Navy Weekly News this week. Don't forget to keep up with our Navy News in Bahasa by subscribing to our channel on YouTube. And don't forget to turn on the notification to get notified for more updates. Follow us on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and keep on supporting us to serve the best for our nation. Jalesvevajayamahe. The glory is at the sea. I'm Surgeon Maria, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week.